I am Hrridaysh Deshpande, Pro Vice Chancellor of Ajinkya D.Y. Patil University. This university is based in Pune, in India. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to speak at this August forum of the 2020 World Industrial Design Conference. The theme of the conference is Intelligent Design Integrated Chain, and hence I have chosen to speak on design plus intelligence. This is a very interesting topic because many of these things have either been so much ubiquitous in our daily lives that we have not thought about it explicitly, or it is something about which we have not thought because it seems like it belongs to another domain and not so much to the domain of design, and perhaps that's the reason that not much discussion is available around this topic when we look around. I am happy to see that the organizers of this conference have chosen this topic because as the time goes by and as we face numerous new challenges, numerous more complex issues to deal with, the word intelligent, the word artificial intelligence, all of these words become more and more important, and hence design as a domain cannot remain itself out of this particular thing. And that's why I congratulate the organizers and thank them profoundly for having invited me to speak at this forum. I'll try and share a few of my thoughts which are based around basically three ideas: idea around design, idea around intelligence, idea around design intelligence, and finally about artificial intelligence. I hope that some of these thoughts that I am sharing will find favor with the viewers and might help to advance this discussion about design and intelligence working together to achieve common goals. We all know the most powerful things are simple. The simplicity of recent advances in artificial intelligence is remarkable. It is common to see these things in our daily lives that we fail to recognize them as a product of artificial intelligence. Be it Netflix, which throws us several options which are based on our past history, be it Airbnb, be it publishing platforms like Medium or Wix. There is so much of an AI that is at play behind all this that we even do not recognize that it is something done intentionally. It becomes normal, it becomes natural, and it becomes an integral part of our daily lives. And that's the beauty of design, and that's the beauty of artificial intelligence. Before we get into the word and its consequences for the design domain, it is important to unfold the word intelligence a bit. Any theory of intelligence hinges on an understanding of how information is processed by the brain. The most illustrative of the way the brain processes information is given by Richard Saul Wurman through his 5 racks principle. He states that the mind organizes information in only 5 ways: location, alphabet, time, category. Of these dimensions, first 3 involve decomposing features from a continuum of experience, that is space, time, or magnitude, and 2 of them involve discrete categorization. This breakdown suggests 2 fundamental ways of understanding information. Daniel Kahneman's research on human judgment reveals a system that is fast, automatic, and stereotypical, the seat of trained expertise, but also of unconscious bias and flawed reasoning. In contrast to another system that is slow, effortful, and logical, the seat of deduction and insight. Researchers have suggested that our minds may have only one goal: to minimize entropy, that is, minimizing predictability, error, surprise. A human mind is at crossroads. While seeking a variation-free environment, it is also desirous of something that is totally new, something that surprises it. Any kind of sense-making becomes goal creation because the world we are interpreting includes us. Every impression includes a sense of self. Objects are near or far, giant or tiny because of us. We are literally the format of our own thinking. Minimizing the entropy of a universe containing oneself means entraining reality to serve own needs. The opposite of artificial intelligence is natural stupidity. In between this chasm of artificial intelligence and natural stupidity lies the idea of natural intelligence. To design is a human trait. If we take the definition of design is to change an existing situation into a preferred one, then that makes the entire humankind a designer. The difference lies in designers who are trained to do it purposefully and human designers who continue to alter existing situations to their comforts. The difference lies in very good designers and designers who design. Designing is something that all people do. While machines mimic set actions, humans design. This distinguishes us from machines. The ability to design is a part of human intelligence. It is a natural ability demonstrated by a long history, evidenced by artifacts of previous civilizations and in the continuing traditions of vernacular design and traditional craftwork. The evidence from different cultures around the world and designs created by children as well as by adults suggest that everyone is capable of designing. There is a famous anecdote by Ludwig Mies. He is one of the known Bauhaus masters and a very well-known architect, as you would all know. When Mies showed a surprising new design to a client, he wasn't very impressed at first. Mies says, then we smoked some good cigars, drank some good wine, and then the client began to like the design that Mies showed very much. This example powerfully tells us what design does and what design actually brings out in people. Basically, design is persuasive. How many times we have gone out to buy something with a set notion in our minds, with a decision already made at home that this is what we are going to buy, these are going to be the features, this is what we are looking for, and eventually we end up buying something remarkably unuseful just because it felt good, just because it looked good, just because it caught my attention. There are so many times this kind of an irrational decision making happens. How many products there are which none of us realized we wanted them until we saw them? There are several products which could be named, and I am not going to take time to name them. You know them all, and you know perhaps most of them. In constructing a design proposal, a designer basically constructs a particular kind of argument in which the final conclusion is developed and evaluated as it develops against both known goals and previously unsuspected implications. The job of a designer is to give the client not what he wants, but what he never dreamed he wanted. And when he gets it, he recognizes it as something he wanted all the time. Perhaps design is not a search for optimum solution to the given problem, but is explanatory and exploratory. It is emergent. Relevant features emerge with continued attempts. Flow of more information and design making at each decision making at each juncture. The developing solution is matched with developing problem. In design, the solution and the problem develop together. We cannot design anything by absorbing information and hoping to synthesize it into solution. What we need to know about the problem only becomes apparent as we are trying to solve it. There is a massive amount of information that may be relevant. Any possible solution in itself creates the unique circumstances in which these large bodies of information interact in unique ways for more than one possible solution. These large amounts of information and knowledge need to be brought into play in selective ways. Design is abductive. It has a generative approach to create solutions. Rather than leveraging solely on deductive reasoning how things are and inductive reasoning how things likely are, creates through abductive reasoning, that is, by making hypotheses about how things might be. Abductions often lead to reframing the problem and the question that informs the design. Design intelligence focuses on one's intuition and experiential perceptions to understand challenges and achieve goals. Meaning is derived from all possible communications, even beyond words and symbols. Design thinking integrates organized analytical thinking with creative and emotional drivers. An approach with both elements present provides new way to solve problems. Design intelligence allows ideas to be organized in a cohesive manner. Real innovative design is connected to ideological revolutions and re-evaluations difficult to model. Real mastering of cognitive aspects in design calls for knowledge about design, know-how, human emotions, expectations, and skills. Moving on to artificial intelligence and design now. AI is woven intricately through our daily lives. It is no longer an emerging technology all about automation. Today, for many businesses, early AI successes have revolved around automations. A limited view of its capability reinforced by a simple commercial narrative where increasingly AI can reduce labor cost. Organizations are starting to recognize that this approach limits their potential gains. Businesses are accelerating their adoption of AI. In this unfolding scenario, it is imperative that organizations must now move beyond the automation mindset with better tools, more careful consideration of AI's economic and social effects, and a commitment to designing for human intelligence and optimizing the relationship between people and machines. As this shift accelerates, organizations will need new for unlocking the full potential of humans and AI working together. AI can be used to create experiences that are not just personalized but help us to extend our perceptual capabilities, enhancing our vision, extending our understanding, and making us better learners. In short, enhancing the human experience. AI is useful for empowering people in complex systems by mapping system relationships and designing interfaces that make the logic of AI visible and open to human direction. AI is applied to envisioning new products and services to more complex activities like simulation and decision support. AI is a powerful creative collaborator for a designer, where a designer can work in pair with algorithms to design. It can help to stimulate creativity by taking care of some usual work. It saves time and effort for the designer to spend time on idea building. AI can be like a virtual assistant for a designer. Artificial intelligence is extremely helpful for analyzing user behavior and preferences. It can present multiple variants after recognizing a pattern. A designer can choose from these and combine those to present different and unique design while staying in the domain. Artificial intelligence identifies and interprets the way people engage with design and digital products. It helps create a personality for products. AI in design can be aimed either at supporting design, the creativity of a designer, or at emulating design. There is something else as well. Instead of machines that do things that people enjoy doing and are good at doing, we want machines to do things that are arduous and difficult for human beings to do. We also want machines to do things that are not merely arduous or difficult for human beings to do, but to do things that human beings simply cannot do unaided. AI enables to overcome past limitations in scale, scope, and learning of human intense design processes. AI is most likely to profoundly transform the context where design happens. With AI, the work of designers will not be to ideate products to be commercialized at scale, but to conceive a new offering and then design the problem solving steps that will develop and deliver the specific solutions for specific users. The problem solving steps consist of two main capabilities. First, the capability to organize, to gather, analyze, and synthesize data, and second, the capability to solve a problem. The first part of the problem solving steps can, as a result, be autonomous and can be replaced with computing power. This is useful as at this juncture the data will be resilient to variations in volumes and can provide an ample variety of solutions. If AI empowers a more advanced practice of design, the opposite is also happening. Design can empower a more effective, human-centered implementation of artificial intelligence. The most exciting AI advances in recent years have mimicked the simple repetitive structures in human brain. The next step for artificial intelligence would be generation of systems that blend it with human intelligence to empower people to cope with increasing complexity in the workplace and enhance the human experience. Artificial intelligence is not like another digital technology. It does not automate operations. It automates learning, which is the core of innovation. It therefore offers unprecedented opportunities to dramatically reduce the cost and time of developing new solutions. Finally, AI does not undermine the assumptions and principles of design thinking. Rather, by removing past limitations in scale, scope, and learning, it enables to further enact design in its core. It realizes the ultimate form of human-centeredness with experiences that can be designed for each individual person and continuously improved data based on individual user data. I hope some of these thoughts will find resonance with you and they would be useful for your further thinking on this subject. Thank you very much once again for this great opportunity.